Novi is consistently one of the most sought after communities in Metro Detroit. And there's a lot of reasons why that I honestly took for granted until I started prepping this video. And as I got into the details, I thought to myself, man, why am I not living here? So in this video, we're going to cover everything that you need to know to decide for yourself if you feel the same. All right, so the first most obvious reason that people tell me they want to be in Novi is the school system. Now, Novi Public Schools is consistently ranked as one of the top school districts in the state of Michigan. And Novi High School always has high ranks. Currently on Great Schools, it's a 9 out of 10, but it's very common to see it as a 10 out of 10. But it's not the only school within the district that has those high grades. So all the elementary schools, even the middle schools, also rank very well consistently. And the population is about 6,000 students in that school district, with a little over 2,000 at the high school. And it's well known for being a diverse community of students. And so it gets high grades for that. One of the other things that Novi really has going for it is its location. Now, Novi is where I-275, I-696, I-96, and M5 all meet. And so really, anywhere you're coming from or going to within Metro Detroit, Novi is going to be easy access to. And so because of its proximity to the freeway, it is super easy to get to downtown Detroit, only about 20-30 minutes depending on traffic, maybe a little bit longer if it's rush hour. Ann Arbor is going to be basically the same, that 20-30 minute time frame. And then getting to Metro Airport, about 25 to 35 minutes. Again, all dependent on traffic, because with that interchange, there definitely can be traffic. And so conveniently located to get around town. And that draws a lot of people to the area that are here for shopping and pleasure and not necessarily to live. Now, the shopping is some of the best in Metro Detroit because of its convenient location. So the first exit on 96 is Novi Road, and at Novi Road, you have one of the biggest malls in Michigan in 12 Oaks, but you also have West Oaks, you've got Fountain Walk, you've got Novi Town Center. All of these are different shopping centers, all located within a mile of one another, that offer a diverse array of stores. Now, all these different shopping centers offer something different. 12 Oaks is your pretty typical mall. It's where we used to go and hang out as kids. You know, you can get your Santa Claus there in the season. It's got its food court. And obviously 100 different stores within it, anchored by your big box stores like Macy's and JCPenney's. Now, across the street, you have West Oaks with more of an outdoor shopping experience like the rest of them have. And you can find Marshall's and a couple furniture stores, places like Nordstrom Rack, more of maybe like an outlet type vibe. And you've got Fountain Walk that's got your entertainment, more dining, right? You've got your Black Rock over there, your B-Dubs, an Imagine Theater, and probably the biggest Dick's Sporting Goods that's within the state of Michigan, if I had to guess. Pretty huge over there. And then of course, Novi Town Center has your Walmart, it's got your TJ Maxx, your Sierra Trading Post, things like that. So many different options for shopping if you got things that you need, and pretty conveniently located. Now, when it comes to shopping and dining, the area where Novi lacks is the fact that it doesn't have a downtown. Now, I'm at the Main Street shops of Novi here. And Main Street is a cute name that typically refers to the center of town, but for Novi here, nobody would really consider this the downtown. And so ultimately, if you're looking for walkability, that's where Novi is going to lack. It's got plenty to offer in terms of shopping and dining and entertainment. It's just not going to be walkable for you. Now, one of the other things that goes along with the convenient location is that Novi has great commerce. There are plenty of businesses and world headquarters that consider Novi home. So if you're looking for employment that is close to home, then Novi is going to be a great option for you. Obviously, the shops that we've already talked about, the restaurants, those are all great employment opportunities. But you have a lot of tech and automotive companies based out of Novi as well. Now, another other thing is the Suburban Collection Showplace, which has changed its name a few times, but ultimately this is a large exhibition hall where there's lots of trade shows going on. And so if you're looking for community events too, I wouldn't necessarily always call them community events, but plenty of things going on. Just a couple weeks ago, we had the golf show. You've got the home and garden show. There's a guns and ammo show. There's a hunters club show. There's patio show. There's RV show. So you're always going to find something to do if you're interested in different things at the trade show or at the showplace. Now, the other thing that the showplace holds every year is the Michigan State Fair. Now, this used to be held down at the Michigan State Fairgrounds. It has recently moved in the last couple of years to that showplace. So every year, typically around Labor Day in September is when that show takes place, but home in here in Novi. Another great thing about Novi is that it's home to Providence Hospital. Now, Providence has actually had different names over the years depending on the different ownership groups, but we've been there a number of times for family emergencies. My son was born there, and it's always been a great experience for us and quite easy to get to from a lot of different areas in Metro Detroit because of that great location that we talked about for Novi. Now, based on what I've said so far, you might be a little bit concerned at this point that it's an overpopulated area. There might be too much business, commerce, shopping, and all of that, but Novi has been pretty intentional about leaving green space, and it's really got some pretty well-maintained parks and different sports fields that, you know, honestly are pretty impressive. ITC, which is fairly close to where I'm at, is big soccer and baseball facility, but they also have a playground there and covered pavilion. A lot of soccer practices go on there for Novi Jags, which is a pretty big soccer organization out our way. You've also got Novi Ice Arena. You know, I'm a big hockey guy myself, and so been at that facility plenty of times, and very well run because it's city owned but privately managed, and just really one of the better rinks around town in my opinion. And just behind that, you've got Novi Dog Park. So if you're looking to let your four-legged friend run around and burn off some energy, you've got that option as well. And then other little things too for maybe that doesn't apply to me, but if you've got kids, you got Jessica's Splash Pad, which is a big hit. In addition to parks, you know I've got to talk about golf. Now, Novi doesn't have a ton of courses within its city limits, but it is conveniently located to a lot of courses nearby. Probably the best course within Novi is Links of Novi, which is a 27-hole course that's very well maintained and ultimately a great place to have golf outings if you're looking to do some fundraising. Probably one of the better courses around town just in general for that. But if you're more into the country club lifestyle, you have Meadowbrook, which is just south in Northville, and you have Walnut Creek, which is just west, depending on where you're at, Novi, but just west of Novi and South Lyon. So a lot of great golf opportunities for those that care about that. Now, with all the things that Novi's got going for it, you might be wondering, what does it look like then if I want to live in Novi? And this was the most eye-opening thing as I prepped for this video, is just how many different housing options Novi has to offer. I mean, you have kind of entry-level condos for, you know, your early stage in life people and all the way up to your later stage in life people. You've got entry-level homes, you've got luxury homes, you've got luxury condos. But ultimately, the thing about Novi is that it's going to be more expensive than the median of Metro Detroit. I mean, certainly when you factor in Detroit itself, our median sales price is a little bit low, but Novi is going to be one of the nicer areas. And so even our entry level here in Novi is going to be probably more than the median elsewhere. And that can carry all the way up to multi-million-dollar homes. The thing that it doesn't really have at this point is new construction. You can see behind me there's a little bit of new construction going on right now, but there's really not that much land available at this point to be constructing new neighborhoods. Now that said, I will say there's plenty of newer construction, stuff that's been built since 2000, because Novi has really grown over the last couple of decades. The other thing that you're not going to be able to find really is acreage. So there's not really any pockets in Novi where you can find a couple acres to live on and have more of that rural vibe. I would say, you know, while it's a suburban area, it's a little bit leaning more towards urban than than it is rural. So going to be difficult to find acreage if that's what you're looking for, but you can find lake living in a couple of different pockets and at a couple of different price points. You got Walled Lake just to the north that little bit of Novi kisses up against. You've got Island Lake, and then you've also got Village Oaks. And so Village Oaks is kind of more of on the lower, slightly above the median, whereas Island Lake is going to be multi-million-dollar homes, and probably most likely for Walled Lake as well, unless you're exploring condos around that lake. So overall, I think Novi's got a ton of positives. It's going to be a fit, I think, for most people in terms of desirability. It's just going to be a matter of, does it fit within your budget? Ultimately, my family and I moved just west to South Lyon because we could get a similar home with a little bit less of a price tag. And so that's going to be kind of the thing with Novi, is that its convenient location and great school system has affordability a little bit on the higher side. And the only other real negative that you're going to contend with is traffic during the high traffic, rush hours, morning and evening. Just because, trying to get in and around town, you're going to be coming from one of the major freeways, and since they all meet in the same location, there's a lot of people trying to pass through those different expressways. I hope you got some value out of this video. Even if you're not thinking about a move to Novi, hopefully you learned something about it and maybe make it a destination next time that you're in town. And ultimately looking to provide value with different videos like this every week. And so if you like this video, make sure you give us that thumbs up so that YouTube picks it up and gets it out to more people. And be sure to subscribe if you want more in the know details about the different areas of Metro Detroit. In the event that you're moving to the area or within the area, we'd love to help guide you and give you as much up-to-date information as possible. We look forward to seeing you on the next one. Take care.